Hello everyone and welcome back again. So if you watched yesterday's video, we did a tour of the garden. We did the front polytunnel and all the front garden, the driveway, and we finished the video on the driveway. And today we're going to start the video just by feeding the chickens. They've had all the scraps from the kitchen. I put that in that blue tub there. That's stuff that's on the way to the compost bin anyway. So whatever they don't eat out of there now, that could just go straight into the compost bay later on this evening. Top the feeder up and just making sure that they've got plenty of water, especially in this hot heat. Well, looks like we've got quite a few eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's funny, they all seem to lay them just in this corner. They don't seem to lay them anywhere else in here. But that's 9 fresh eggs from there today. Absolutely lovely. And today's video, guys, we're going to have a good look around what's going in the polytunnel at the back, what we've got going on in the back garden, and any of the other bits that I missed out in yesterday's video. So we'll start out here and just mind all the mess of all the junk behind here, guys. We've got in this tray of water, we've got 2 giant bush gourd, strawberry plant, some broccoli, some leeks, some spare onions, some petunias and busy lizzies, and a few more onions in there. Majority of them are to go up to the allotment, as everything on this table, except for the cucumber, that won't be going up. But we've got 2 trays of 18, so 36 pots of potatoes started. These are all, and is what I've done is all the bigger tubers, I've cut them in half, as you can see by that one, and planted them on in smaller pots just to get a head start. So they're all growing nicely now before I've even got the ground ready to go, so they can go straight in and they're already rooted. Then we've got another 6 condor. I have already taken 6 up to the allotment and planted those, but I didn't do a video on that. But we'll have a look at them in one of the next videos when we next go up there. We've got the 3 giant pumpkins for Elaine's allotment joy giant pumpkin challenge. So they've just had a feed today. Bit of water damage on the leaves. I had them in the polytunnel and they got a bit wet whilst I was watering in there. But we've got a couple that look like they've got fruit set coming. And we've also got male flowers coming at the same time, which doesn't usually happen. And then we've got another 3 spare here. These aren't looking as big or as good, but we'll find somewhere to put them. A whole tray of strawberry plants, so all to go up to the allotment. Tub of potatoes. I'm not sure if these are Java. I think they're Java. There's no label in that one, but I'll find out when I harvest them anyway. And then in the big raised planter, we've got strawberries popping up everywhere, even though I removed as much as what I could see, but they're just popping up all over the place. plenty of flowers on them, so we should get a decent little crop of strawberries out of them again. And we've got a row of lettuce. These are supposed to all be Lala Rossa, but this one seems to look a little bit different to the rest. In the middle of that there's a row of Fasto onions, and then right at the back we've got a row of Rondo peas. These were pushing out over the onions, so I've put some bamboo in front of this trellis netting just to help push them back, and when it comes to time to harvest them I can just remove the bamboo canes anyway. We've got a couple of the Elsa onions. They were what was spare, I just threw them in the end there. And on this end of the bed we've got the onion that we set for seed. This was from one of my last year's ones that I've saved. We've got a nice good couple of flower heads on that. Look like they're about to start opening. You can see this one starting to colour up. It's usually a sign that they're about to open. And just behind that we've got the grape tree. Not had any growth on these branches outside this year, but inside is a different story, so I might just remove these branches that are outside if nothing grows on them this year. I think they are dead. Yeah. Above them we've got a couple of planters of garlic. They're bone dry. Everything out the back here is bone dry. And right next to that we have the heavy carrot for Jimmy's heavy carrot challenge, and I've planted a ring of Fasto onions right the way around that, and they're all looking quite good. Up here we've got some more garlic in containers. I haven't bothered with the long roots on this side this year, I just haven't had the time. And then we've got all the silver skin onions. I just planted them into here. I'd completely forgotten about them, so I had to give them a quick water this morning. But they'll come along alright in there. We've got the tubs of carrots. One of them majority of them had started to bolt, so I just pulled all them out. That was the red samurai, but we've got 4 or 5 different types here. We've got purple ones, got purple sun, rainbow mix, purple haze, and no tag in that one. Black Nebula. But I've moved them into the shade here so they get morning sun but shade in the evening, just because they were drying out a bit much, so hopefully they should do a little bit better there. And I think that's about it for out the front. Oh, we've got loads of leeks all flowering. As you can see, the seed on them are starting to sprout. This one probably about right to collect the seed off, and then we've got a couple more here, and there's still quite a few to come on them. But if we don't get the seed off them, the flowers are still really nice to look at, and pollinators absolutely love them. So moving on into the polytunnel. Currently 34 degrees in here and it feels it. So all along back here we've got these fabric planters with the plastic. They are supposed to stop slugs, but I'm using them as a sort of halo and just watering around the rest of this planter or from the bottom. And in those we've got some giant cucumbers. a mixture of tomatoes from Goldwyn, Sun Gold, Goldwyn, Sun Gold, and then we've got some heavy varieties right at the back. We do have quite a large mega bloom on that one right in the back, which I'll get up there and show you that in a minute. We've got a Carmen cucumber, 2 of those, and 3 of the giant cucumbers. And then we've got the world record heavy broad bean, that's flowering away there. And I've also planted lots of the giant runner beans along the back here, so hopefully that should not only provide a bit of shade but also help fill out this back wall, because I'm not going to be keeping any more than 1 cucumber on these giant cucumber vines at any time. In front of those we've got all the peppers. We've got Corno di Toro, Total Eclipse, the UK long chilli, Yellow Monster, Giant Bell Youngman, Giant Bell Workman, the 2024 World Record strain Giant Bell, another Yellow Monster, Heavy Bell, Total Eclipse, Jalapeno, another UK Record Long, some more Corno di Toros, and a couple more heavy bell peppers along the back there. They will all be getting potted on again into slightly larger pots than these, but probably kept along the front here. I've got a mixture of different lettuces that need pricking out, potting on, or feeding to the chickens. Along the back here we've got another 6 tomato plants. I have strung these ones up. I've still got to do the ones up this side, but along the back here we've got 2 Sun Gold, 3 Sun Gold, sorry, and 2 Goldwyn and a Realizing. Up this edge we've got the 5 for Mark over at Gang Gang and Peanuts tomato grow along. There's the what were they? Poppy's Pink, Eagle Smiley, Chup Chups, Dirty Curty, and Great Scott. And then we've got another Maisie right in the back there. And in front of those we've got the 2 peppers for Jason's challenge over at Allotment of the Dead, the total yield from the Total Eclipse, and the longest chili, and I'm using the UK Record Long for that. We've got the single seed potato chits, they're the 4 that were in the smaller pots. We do have the 4 cuttings as well, but we'll go and have a look at them in a minute. But they're all looking quite healthy and ready to be potted on. I might try taking some cuttings off these 2 again, but I'll leave these 2 grow on a bit first. We've got another 3, there should be 4 of them. Oh, the other one's in the house. 3 trays of Rondo peas, there to go down the allotment. A whole tray of Corno di Toro peppers there. A whole tray of Little Gem lettuces there to be planted out, and some more peppers spare there. Some, are these carnation? Yeah, carnations, some basil, sage and chives. I want to pot them basils on into the front of these pots, and a couple in larger pots, and just have them in here dotted about the place. And then over here we've got some of the melons. I've done another sowing yet again. This will be the 4th sowing of melons that I've done now, so hopefully they come out okay. The Jacoby little pumpkins, they need planting out desperately, and another giant pumpkin that's to go out, so I don't know what that's still doing in here. And back here we've got another strawberry plant. The grapevine is doing really well. I need to get up there and secure it up here somehow, but we've got quite a few benches on there, and some of them, they do look like they're filling out. I don't think there's enough for me to need to thin these out. If anyone's got any suggestions, let me know in the comments, very much appreciated. And right next to that we've got the dragon tree and a cactus and a couple of other bits. I'll show you the mega bloom that is on the tomato plant and how they're supposed to look, and hopefully it's fully pollinated, and we will be keeping that one on, and if we see anything else on there we might have to cut them off. So this variety is Megadom, and that is a normal flower. See how it's just a singular flower, and then just down here we've got this one, which you can see is quite a lot thicker stemmed, a lot bigger flower, but that's actually 3 flowers in one. So that should produce 3 tomatoes all stuck together, hopefully, and not just 3 separate ones. But I have removed all the other flowers that were on this shoot. These that aren't mega blooms, I will be removing those as well, so they will be coming off. And is what I might do is just top the plant here just to stop it growing anymore, and it can put all its energy into just this one tomato. And just outside of the polytunnel we've got another 2, 4, 6, 7 tubs of garlic, a couple of spare onions. These, I've planted them all in different sized pots, different amounts in each one. A couple of these are collapsed. That's just because it's so dry. But just to try and see what the difference is with pot size and spacing. So I'm really looking forward to harvesting all these pots of garlic and all my garlic, to be honest with you. It's going to be really interesting to see the difference. And in the grow tent, the 3x3 is now off and not using that at the moment. I've kept this one on just for seedlings. So we've got some runner beans in the big pots, got some golden beetroot in those 2 trays, some Pablo beetroot in these 2 trays. That's where the other tray of peas is. Turn this fan off. Some Helena Swede, Ironman Calabrese, and red Durham cabbage. They're all for the allotment, so all of these trays will be going down there. I've just kept them under the grow lights as it's a bit cooler in here, and I can control the environment a little bit better than if these were outside in the polytunnel. We've got the 4 cuttings for the single seed potato. I can see signs of root on that one. I'm pretty sure there's growth. There's growth coming on them all. This one, you can see just here, just in front of my thumb there, there's a root coming out there. So that one's definitely rooted. And wish I'd seen one. Yeah, I can just see it in behind the, just on the back of the stem. You can just make out that there's a root coming out there. So hopefully they have all rooted. But there's definitely some growth happening. There's flowers forming on that one. So I'll be getting those potted on in the next couple of days, hopefully. And I will be taking a load more cuttings straight after this video.